Hi there, how you been? Welcome to Gardening 2022 episode, I don't know, 23, 24, something like that. It has been a lot of weeks since I last did a video. 3 weeks, maybe 4. Good thing I called them episodes instead of weeks, right? I am not a pro. I have been gardening, but I've been doing maintenance, harvesting, not a lot more than harvesting really, coming out for maybe half hour or a weekend. I have so much to do, and it got a little overwhelming to think about, and I had some big decisions to make, and I just, also it wasn't time to do any more planting until this weekend, but I really messed up because now I got to do planting for a bunch of fall crops, and I have some big things I need to do, and I don't think I'm going to get it all done. It's Saturday. I'm going to dedicate all 2 days to gardening when my daughter will let me. She wouldn't let me do it this morning. So it's after lunch already, so we're only going to get like 4 or 5 hours of gardening in today, probably the same tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get everything done, but it's never going to get any better, and I need to start. So, I don't know. I think we'll do a little tour first, show you how things have been going. A lot of success, a lot of failures, and it will help me get my brain back in the game to go and look at everything and see what's going on. So let's go. So if we start right here, it looks like the tomatoes are doing fantastic. We got some really nice watermelons. They are baby sugar watermelons, and I don't know how to tell when they are ready, but some of them are really big. Look at these amazing tomatoes, except, lie. The tomatoes are garbage. All the vines are, I don't know. I do know what happened. I did not put any sun shade on them, any shade cloth on them during the hottest parts of the summer, and it just killed all the leaves on the main plants. So all this stuff up above is the new growth, and there are tomatoes happening. There's one there, there's one there. Around this side, the cherry and Roma are actually doing really well. Here's some San Marzanos that are coming in, but of course they're all on the outside now of the cage, the hoop house, so squirrels do get to them, but it's pretty precarious for the squirrels. You can see they try, but we got a lot of cherries coming in there and a lot of Roma over here coming, so there'll be a lot to pluck today. Whole big vines of Romas, cherry, Roma. I had some learnings. This was pretty successful. It was great in the summer, in the spring. In the summer, it got too hot. I mean, look at that. Those vines are just dead, except up there. So shade cloth for next year will be a huge thing. And I need to try and raise this hoop house. I've got sort of an idea where I take it all out, I put T-posts in, and then I attach these to the T-posts, but I don't really know exactly how it's going to work. Those bottoms have sort of 4-inch square flat plates on them, which means I couldn't just tie them to the T-post. I have to put them on the top of the T-post and then tie it to it with cable ties, which means the T-post height has to be exact to make it level, which means, T-posts usually come in like 10 feet. I only want this up like 3. I can't be burying 6 foot of T-posts, so I might have to grind them in half. I don't know. It's a whole operation. It is going to be for next year, but I think the right thing to do would be to raise the hoop house. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to. My weaves were going well, and I was getting good at it before everything died. That stuff I got to pull up, but there is some growth on the top of it, so I'm going to leave it. Also, I got too much to do this weekend. So soon, but now that fall is here and the weather's cooled off, they're ugly, but lots and lots of tomatoes still happen on this cherry and Roma vines. It's all on the outside though, so I'm really worried the squirrels are going to get it. So I should probably put down some chili powder. I've got a ton of that I made myself from my own chilies, if you recall. And we need to harvest these tomatoes. The basil, starting to sort of give up the ghost. Some of it there, my sweet basil especially, is done. Some of these Thai basils are doing really well. They're a little bit more heat hardying, but this is getting on its last legs. But they're still doing pollinators. I still see bees on it, so I'm going to leave it another couple weeks. Plus, again, too much to do this week. The loofah is insane. You'll recall that is 3 loofah plants in 18-inch containers right there, and it's just taken up this whole thing. It's like kudzu. It's going to stop now. Loofah likes hot weather. It's in the low 80s now, so even the 70s occasionally, so I think it's probably on its last legs. It is so absurd. It looks great, and I'm really into it, except the problem is I don't see a single actual gourd/loofah on here. And that's all I wanted. I wanted one actual loofah plant. And this just seems to be all leaves. So I don't know. Next year, I'm going to try new seeds. It may just be that you can't grow loofah in North Carolina. I learned from a guy in San Diego, and he says, it's got to be hot. It's got to be hot, hot, hot. So it's not that hot here. It is pretty hilarious, though, how it's just taking over these stairs. My wife wants me to do something about this. Hopefully I can get to that today, but I doubt it. There's so much to do. Oh my God, there's so much to do. But it's a good time, this loofah. So here is a victory. This is the baby Bok Choy. I thinned it once. Looks like it's going to need thinning one more time. Around the edges are peas, snow peas. They are growing nicely. There's even a couple cucumbers right here. So this is the thing I got to deal with this week. I got to take off this, put higher hoops, looser netting, thin the Bok Choy, and get the cucumbers and snow peas start trellising. But everything in there is growing really well, so I'm very, very happy with that. The corn, I think, is done. I don't know if it worked or not. Wow. Man, this bed. Okay, let's see. So the corn, it was going great up until the other day, and now it looks really, really ratty. Maybe it's time to harvest. Maybe somebody got in there. I don't know. There is corn plants. I can feel them. So, I don't know. It might be time to harvest the corn. This radish bed is interesting. It was going great last week, and I pulled a lot of radishes, and I left the other ones, so sort of a half thin, half let grow more. And usually when I do that, the leaves, they all just bounce up, and you come out a week later, and everything looks great again. But it's like bad. This whole bed looks bad. I don't know. Maybe something happened. Maybe something got in, but I don't think so. This is pretty impenetrable. It's a shame. Those radishes were really delicious. I still have a bunch. But, oh, you can see some... Hello, 'tis I from the next day. In the future, I figured out what was going on here. There was a hole in my irrigation system, so this entire side was not getting water for probably a week, which sucks. Pepper seems to have done okay. These seem to have done okay. Those are in the red anyway, but the radishes and the corn, it was very poor timing on them. They were just finishing up. I turned it back on. Maybe they'll bounce back. Gonna give it a week, but that's what happened. Frustrating. I might just clean this whole bed out because I am starting to need a place to plant garlic for the winter. I got some seed garlic and I haven't known which bed to do it, so this might be it. This bed, it's a couple beets. They look like they're sort of maybe growing 3 or 4 beets. Maybe I'll have enough for Thanksgiving. That was my goal, but I think that's gonna fail. And these are all shallots, and I probably should have thinned them, but I read somewhere that you can only get one growth of shallots in North Carolina in the summer. And I got great shallots. I'm still eating them. I got a lot left, months of shallots. But, so I kind of assumed these are just going to be, yeah, I should have thinned these. In the end, that they're just going to be green onions. And they're delicious. But still, maybe a failed bed. Maybe time for fall crops. Same with the beans. Got a lot of good beans out of this last week. But it's really kind of on its last legs. I don't think containers for beans are the way to go. I had better luck last year with beans in, sorry, I don't think these raised beds are the way to go. I had better luck with the bush beans last year in individual containers. So that's what we're gonna do next year in the hoop house. This bed might go as well. Peppers are still going great. They're out of control. So many banana peppers. I never had success with the Thai peppers. They just stayed stubby, but I don't care. I'm gonna use them in my chili powder. And these Johnny's Red Flames are doing great. I'll get a ton of those in another week or two as these ripen. Shishitos have just been producing, 100 shishitos a week. It's out of control. This bed will need a harvest, hopefully tomorrow. But I'm gonna leave it. It's not gonna go away because it is still producing well. So I think maybe these 3 beds is where I'm gonna put my fall planting, and that actually gives me hope because over here on the hoop house, look at that, that's absurd. Okay, so the other main thing I got to do this week, let's go in here one moment. Oh God, don't get mad at me, I need to get in there. Maybe we'll wait. All right, here we have the herb garden. Gotta cut that parsley back. Need new parsley in time for Thanksgiving. So we're gonna do some trimming on the herb garden. This is the ginger I planted, store-bought ginger, and I finally got one to grow. It took 3 tries. So we're just gonna let that go for a while. This tree bounced back. This tree did not. This tree's doing great. That tree's doing great. So I have 2 apples and a pear, I think, and they need to go on the ground. So that's the thing I got to do this weekend. That one didn't really do anything, which is a bummer. There's a couple leaves on it though, so we're going to plant that on the ground too. We're going to go this on the ground. That's the main thing, because I got another birdies bed. It's going to go right there. Strawberries are done. Carrot in the middle of it. Tomato in the middle of it. It's ridiculous. That's done. Refresh that bed. New bed there. And more fall stuff in those. More lettuce. Beets. I don't think I can get beets in time. I got to do the garlic. I got to do a few other things. So that's the biggest thing, is get those fruit trees in the ground, because it's their time to go into the ground. And get the other birdies bed built, get these done, and get the fall planting done. If I can get all that done this weekend, I'm very happy. Carrots, doing well. Celery, only ever got like 3 or 4 pieces. Maybe even 1 stalk right there. But it's going well. This is my summer lettuce. It did great. I just kept eating it and eating it. And arugula, the arugula seems to have not quite bolted, but it's definitely turning bitter. This lettuce is still good. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna find a place to plant somewhere else to plant my winter lettuce. To let this lettuce just eat it for a little bit. I'll get that bed cleared out, and that is where I'm thinking of planting the wheat. I don't know if that's quite high enough, but I have some winter wheat I want to plant, and that might be where that goes. These are my potato second harvest experiments, and they all failed. There's no potatoes growing in there. There's no potatoes growing in there. And there's no potatoes growing out of the ground. So in terms of which does better, in ground or bags, neither one did great. So I don't know, that's a bummer. Maybe it was the potatoes themselves. You'll recall I didn't give them enough time to really seal up. So we're gonna pick that up next year. This was a wildflower bed. I can't tell. I think most of this is weeds, but we're gonna let it go. Maybe. I mean, that looks like it could be a flower. I don't know. The way that it is slightly different there, and there, it does sort of look like the way I planted the seeds. So maybe in the spring this will turn into something. Unclear. Grapes are going crazy. I finally made a plant. Oh God, that is an apple tree. I got to cut that out and back. Blueberry bush, hopefully in the ground the next week or so. See, this guy does have a couple leaves, so he's going in the ground. The rose bush is insane. It is growing out the top of the hoop house. It's nuts. It's nuts. There's so much nuts going around here. I'm getting my mulch down in a week, so all these weeds will get killed. That is very exciting. Actually, I think it's Monday that's happening. This is the fennel, and it's doing okay. That looks like some fennel, right? It's pretty exciting. And that one. So I got 2 fennels. I planted like 4, but whatever. I got a couple. And over there is some more of the watermelons. There are a bunch. That one especially, I think, is just about ready to cut. So yeah, that's really everything that's going on. It's a lot to do. That was a Thai basil. I had to move it, and I just let it die. I mulched that up. A lot going on, but really, as much as I hate to do it, it is time to get the fruit trees in the ground, which means a lot of digging. And I can't quite remember. I bought a product, so I gotta go find it, read the back, and read the instructions. So I'll be back, and then we're gonna do some fruit trees. I just spent 5 minutes looking for the rake that my wife stole from me. Did you guys see that on film? this one done, watered in. This is a Gala apple tree. And over here, this is a Yates Dwarf apple tree. This one is from Century Farms in North Carolina. I totally put this, it's about 3 feet, but I forgot that the water main to our house is right here. So, you know, 10 years I'm gonna have a problem. I don't know though, this tree here is maybe 6 feet from the water main and it's huge. So I think we'll be okay. I don't know, I might just freak out and move it over like 2 more feet. I don't know, it was kind of dumb. Thought of that later. Anyway, all of this is getting remulched on Monday by our landscapers, so the ugliness will go away. I pulled up a lot of Bermuda grass roots in here, vine roots, things like that, but these are in. So that's exciting because that now means there's enough room in the hoop house for me to put another birdie's bed, which I'm going to go build now. It's getting pretty late today, but I'm going to try and get this built. So tomorrow when I start, I can wake up, fill it, prep it. That will be the garlic, so I can wait another week to plant. If I can get all that done this weekend, I'm very happy. But these 2 trees are planted. I have 2 pear trees to plant as well, but I ran out of hardware cloth, so I'm going to need to go to the hardware store. So that's probably next weekend, maybe tomorrow morning if Jane doesn't want to do gardening, but she's up for a drive. We shall see. Mother-in-law wanted some cherry tomatoes, so here's some cherry tomatoes. Not a ton, but it's still giving at least this much each week. There's a few Romans too, so even if the squirrels get some, I can get at least 1 or 2 nice salads a week out of the tomatoes. Okay, 15 minutes till I got to shower and start dinner. So let's just start this birdie's bed to get it as far as we can today. Ten bolts in, 90 bolts to go. I'm further than I thought I was going to get in 15 minutes. We'll pick this up tomorrow. It is time for shower and dinner.
Hi there.
Hi, it's the next day. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Daddy.
We're going to build the rest of this birdie's bed today, and then we're going to get it filled. And I think we're going to go buy some dirt from the hardware store to top off the other birdie's beds so that we can do some planting today, because it's the day we're supposed to plant, and I don't want to leave my dirt for a week. I don't know. We got a lot to do, but let's get back to going on the birdie's bed, right?
Okay.
All right. I'm very proud of you, Jane.
Good. Do you think we're both proud of me?
I think we're both proud of you.
But I'm just checking if I did a good job. Well, it's so cute. Well, I actually want to play dollhouse now because I checked if I did a great job.
Okay, let's bring this downstairs and you can play dollhouse. Sound good? Hugo culture, woo! We finished the dirt pile. Yay! Only took all summer. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite big enough. We need more dirt for these 2 birdies beds. And I need all the containers for the broccoli that I'll be doing in the fall and the topping off on the beds next weekend. So we got to go get some more dirt. We'll be right back. All right, we got 25 bags of mulch, which is 750 pounds, maybe 800 pounds. I use the onboard scale. Also check out my sweet new truck. If I was really serious about being a YouTuber, I'd be YouTubing about this truck instead of my half-ass garden. But no, gardening's where it's at. Let's get the stuff unloaded. We're on a tight schedule today. Okay, great thing about using this soil is I can plant immediately, so I'm going to get lettuce, spinach, some beets, some radishes, some carrots, some Napa cabbage. Hopefully I can just bang through all of this. And then this one over here, I will harvest these carrots. I don't know. They're not looking too great. They probably need another thinning, actually. If I have time, I will thin these as well. That lettuce will get fully harvested this week, and then this one will get another stuff in a week or so. So let's bang through this. All right, and with that, then we got this basil all cleared out so they can put some mulch down there. And we're done for the week. Lots to do next week. Planting pears, should have some new mulch. Plant the garlic, maybe the winter wheat, not sure. But anyway, sorry for the delay. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next week or the week after. No promises. Bye.